I've walked to the graveside with my friends burying their kid. You never forget that when you do that. I can't do it anymore. I don't have the strength to do it anymore.
So I used to beg for money for drugs, and then eventually I found myself begging for money just to eat.
It got to the point where I thought I was gonna die on the streets.
Going into any addiction I could find, anything to fill the hole.
I imploded my family, and I thought I had lost the only thing in this world that I couldn't live without.
You're in the middle of a storm when you're in addiction. You're cloud. There's a cloud in front of you, a fog. You can't see what's in front of you. You can't see the destination. As a matter of fact, you don't even know there is a destination. You're just wandering. You're lost.
And so the thing about addiction that's pretty scary is it'll take away your job, it'll take away your family, it'll take away your money, it'll take away everything that you treasure, but it'll leave you with one thing, and that's the pain that you were trying to escape in the first place.
Then it just became total devastation, hopelessness.
I was headed to the same place my grandfathers were, and that was an early grave. I needed a savior out of this sin challenge I was in. There was a battle going on for my soul.
This voice just said, listen, you need to give Brian a message. And that message is he's at a crossroads. And he can take the path to the left, which will lead to despair and destruction, or he can take the path to the right, which will lead to restoration, including restoration of a relationship with me.
I had no fellowship. There was nobody walking with me at that time. I didn't have any men holding me accountable. I didn't know what it meant to be saved.
So we have guys who are avidly committed, who have broken some amazing bondages in their own life, been set free, and are really doggedly determined to make sure we do it right.
God put these men together. They bring both a heart and a business knowledge to this organization we have. And I mean, it is pulling together in lightning speed. It's just fun to watch it. And our big passion is discipleship. And in that discipleship, I think I know what we can do is fill that God hole in their heart with a love and passion for Christ.
So our job, our call, I should say, is to help to remove that fog so that people can see what the future could look like, to give them hope, to drive towards being a better person. Whether or not you're battling it yourself, I promise you, you know somebody who is.
What we really need, somewhere to send these guys after they graduate, after a year, after 6 months, so that they can transition back into life. Because that's when they're most volatile and vulnerable, right? They're coming out, they don't have a job, but there's financial issues, there's relational issues, there's all these strains, so we needed kind of an ark, a safe place for them to land so that they could be mentored by men, so that they go to meetings, they can go to church and be surrounded by godly men so they could see what it was like to walk that out.
When men join the Ark, when they come to be residents and live there, that through this journey, the fog slowly starts to be removed, that they can start to see a destination and wholeness and redemption. But you just have no idea what it looks like until you get on that path.
It is that fellowship and having the support of, I'll call them kingdom brothers. These men are all going to know who Jesus Christ is. And as he saved me, we're hoping we're going to lead these men into a sober life, but more importantly, we're going to make them disciples of Jesus Christ.
And God has never let me down. And through going through recovery and walking with the Lord, I have learned to live life on life's terms, whatever's thrown my way.
So in 10 years, I can see that I will play a role counseling men and women that are suffering from addiction is what I'm going to school for. So hopefully God will tell me where to go next.
I'd like to be helping other alcoholics and addicts, even if I can just help one.
I'm bright. The future's bright. I don't know what that looks like. Only God knows.
When you find yourself in the darkness of addiction, the Ark provides you with faith, fellowship, and guidance to bring you the light of hope. There's a need, and it has started to just circle this community, and people are constantly wanting to get involved. The house on 4th Street was something that none of us saw coming.
So the Ark, I think, is best described, which is the definition of Ark, is a place of refuge. The Ark is not a treatment program, and it's not intended to serve that way. It's intended to serve, as I've said, as a safe residential home where men relearn life skills, and they need to be in community, and they need to be out of any environment where they would find themselves in isolation.
The program's going to give everyone, both secular skills, meaning job finding, job resumes, just daily living, and to restore relationships with families. But in that discipleship, and that is the critical element of its success, is we will be developing relationships one-on-one with these men. So, and they're then going to be discipling men, and this is going to just expand Christ's kingdom in a great way.
We've seen God do so many miracles, and so we anticipate that God's going to do even more with this project.
I'd like to do 100 homes in 5 years, 500 homes in 10.
I envision us offering a lot of people freedom here on the Front Range. And it won't stop on the Front Range because this is such an epidemic problem across the country. If we could do something really special here, that it can have a ripple effect and touch thousands and thousands of people. We are going to do something to make a difference in this community. We're not going to keep burying our kids. We won't do it.